Hi everyone, this is a reading with me. I hope you are doing well. Me, Moonlight Guidance. This is a reading for all star signs. We are going to have a look and see what's coming through for you. And if you're here, I really feel like there's a message for you. There's something you need to hear. And yeah, that's what I wanted to mention. And all personal services, readings, items, rituals, things that I offer are always listed down below. There's also thousands of 5-star reviews on the intention items as well on my website, which is shopmoonlightguidance.com. But everything's always linked down below for you as well. All right, so we're going to have a look and see what is coming through. All right. Ooh. I feel like you've been working on something, like a project, a plan, looking forward towards the future. It's something that you've really been doing recently, and you've been trying to close out some kind of cycle that has just been going round and round. This is also about getting odd little tasks around the home or around your work tied up. Okay, it's really about tying up those loose ends that I'm really picking up on, because you want to start something new. Some of you have been planting seeds towards it, so it can be a new venture, a new project, a new business, some new studies. It is something that you have been thinking about, okay, as I see with the Queen of Wands, which shows focused intention. But also with this energy here, you want to start something new. You want to start planting those seeds. You may have started planting those seeds. It's a fresh, rejuvenating energy, and you have a lot of energy for it from what I am seeing here, and you're just trying to go back into other things that you've been doing and sort of, again, tying up those loose ends from what I am seeing here. Okay, so that's really, really interesting. Some of you also may want to start or embark on a committed relationship. You want commitment, you want to be loved, you want to be happy, you want to be stable with a person here. And it's going very, very slowly. 4 of Swords, okay? So this area of your life that you want to make happen, you're trying very hard in areas. We see that here. You are a fighter, you do not give up. You always try to strive for things that you want, obviously, but also you know what you want in life, and you don't like to give up, and you don't like to put extra pressure on yourself to do things when it's like you work hard but you work smart at the same time. It's a good thing, actually. You should be very proud of yourself for that, okay? And you know what your limit is. It's just that you want a commitment. It's just going very slow. Sometimes you feel like it's an area of your life that you want to make happen, but it just becomes a bit stagnant. It doesn't move as quickly as other areas of your life. So that's something you've also been thinking about as well. You are, to a degree, very independent. I feel like when it comes to relationships, you can become, and I don't really want to say this in a bad way or anything, but you can become a bit codependent. So let's just talk a little bit about what codependency does mean. So codependency is basically when you are a little bit more dependent on someone else, not financially necessarily, not, in terms of do this or do that. It's more so sometimes emotionally. Your emotions can depend on what someone else is doing. So say, for example, they're really busy or they like to take things slowly. It starts to get to you. It starts to create anxiety, stress, frustration. You may have either an avoidant attachment style or an anxious attachment style, where you get a little bit anxious if someone's sort of pulling away and focusing a bit more on other things, perhaps if they're not constantly giving you the attention or the sort of validation that you need. So there is a bit of codependency in that sense. Some of you may be sort of dependent on perhaps needing things from this person, physically. So I really feel here that there is an element of codependency when it comes to relationships, not when it comes to your, doing your goals, your dreams, working towards your career and things like that. But when it comes to relationship, there's a little aspect of codependency there where you do depend on your person or a partner for certain things, be it happiness and things like that, right? So sometimes you can get very emotionally triggered that, oh, my love life is not really progressing in the way that I want it to. And it gets you down in other areas of your life, because to a degree you're sort of codependent on needing or a relationship or a person to make you happy, to feel happy. Whereas that happiness may not always completely be coming from yourself. It can to a degree, 40, 50, 60%, but there's still more of a percentage that you depend on from another person. So there is an element of codependency here, which is keeping things slow, is not really allowing things to progress completely. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's a little bit like if someone says something to you and then your emotions during the day just get stuck on that one thing that someone said, right? So you can become a little bit more triggered emotionally by whatever that person is doing or what they are not doing towards you. But when it repeatedly becomes a thing where you are, you know, always sitting and getting frustrated about things that they did or did not do towards you, you are then becoming codependent. So it's a cycle, and it's something that can build over time and really become something not great. Okay, so the great thing here is that you have the ability to not be codependent because you are so independent in other areas of your life. It's just that because you have wanted a solid, stable relationship for quite a bit of time, you sometimes see something really powerful and then you get latched onto it because you don't want to lose it, right? Because you haven't felt true love to such a degree, and then when you think you feel something like it, it just, you know, you just get very, very heavily attached and anxiously attached from what I am seeing. Or you get really overwhelmed by it, you know, which is in the avoidant energy. But I really feel like there's sort of like this anxiety that comes with it where you feel like you have to succeed at it. You have to make something out of it because it's so rare that it comes, right? So that's something that I see. And honestly, I would really recommend the codependency ritual. It is something that I offer on my website as well. It really helps to work on healing those energies and to create the right attachment style for yourself. So these are rituals that I offer. I offer lots of rituals, actually, even shadow work healing for, you know, healing, heartbreak, grief. There's also the full body chakra cleansing for mood, vitality and energy, and, you know, it helps all the chakras and your body as well. And there's also as well the detachment ritual as well, which really helps. But I really feel like this is the codependency is something that once it's healed, I mean, it allows every area of your life to really come together, but specifically for love and also your relationships overall as well. I feel here, okay, that when you were younger, I feel here that when you were younger and perhaps you wanted to do certain things, you were denied to do those things. These were things that you really wanted to do. They could have been hobbies or they could have been really simple things. You know, there are certain things that you wanted to have happen and they got denied. You may have also felt very unheard or unseen to a degree. Even if you had a loving childhood, you may have felt unheard and unseen, whether that's even in school, whether that is by teachers, whether that is by parents, for example. You may have felt that way. And as you got older, you know, you may depend a little bit more emotionally on what other people are thinking or saying or telling you, because naturally that's how you've grown up to understand things. You may be naturally more of a people pleaser. You may also, of course, want to try and please yourself as well. And then when you don't, you feel an overwhelming sense of, oh my gosh, what's happening, right? So I mean, you know, I also want to mention as well that, of course, if anyone ever wants a personal reading with me as well, it's always on my website as well. I offer tarot readings, and there's also intention items which have thousands of 5-star reviews. So definitely check those out if you're interested. It's all on my website, shopmoonlightguidance.com, and linked down below. But there's bracelets, candles, necklaces, anklets, sage bundles, teas, and so much more. So definitely check it out if you're interested. We also have here as well the 4 of Wands. So, you know, your life is only going to get better. I definitely feel that you still feel quite chained to certain things that either are not working out for you right now, certain relationships that have been really, really straining you. I feel like you want to tie up loose ends. You want a refreshing energy. You want to feel good. You want to feel happy. You want to feel respected. And in turn, of course, you are naturally more empathic. You feel a lot more emotionally, which I'm not telling you not to feel, okay? I'm telling you to feel, but to a degree. It's about being able to understand, like, okay, this is what I feel, but does it depend on another person? You know what I mean? If your feelings are constantly dependent on what someone else is doing or thinking or telling you, it means that their emotions are, you know, controlling you in a way because you are being controlled by them, right? So if someone is being hot and cold towards you and you let that get you down for your entire day, then obviously you're dependent on them emotionally, right? In that direction. It's normal to get upset by somebody or whatever someone says, but also it's really important to then lift yourself up and be like, you know what? it's very important to understand someone else's perspective, you know, especially in things like constructive criticism. But there gets to a point where I feel like you know the difference between constructive criticism and when someone just gets you down, okay? And it's then your responsibility to also lift yourself up and to realize, wait a second, that's what they're doing, but this is me, right? And this is my life, and this is this aspect. So you will basically build very strong, healthy boundaries. And the devil here shows as well, you know, this attachment to, you know, wanting this beautiful, romantic, happy, fulfilling life, but it gets you down and it gets you frustrated. It's interesting here, we also have here 1111. So you've got the 1111. It's known to be an 1111 angel card, which is the Four of Wands. And this really shows that abundance is coming, happiness is coming, but don't become so emotionally dependent on what other people are saying, thinking, needing, wanting, or doing to you, okay? Have your own strength, your own confidence. I know that you do, okay? I know that you do, but remember, it happens in percentages. I really feel that you are very, very independent already. We mentioned that at the very beginning, but there's still a percentage of it, which I do feel here you can really work on your own energy. And when you work on your own energy, everything else that you want in your life will start to come together, okay? So what are these things that will start to come together? Let's have a look and see. First and foremost, you'll start to feel more positive within yourself. You may not feel positive straight away, but as time goes by, you will start to see more positive things happening in your life. You will start to feel like things in, you know, you're just feeling more seen. You're feeling more heard. These are all the things that perhaps you didn't feel before. You'll feel that people are more positive towards you. Things are flourishing. Relationships are flourishing. Your work is flourishing, which of course you're planting the seeds for. And you see a lot of flowers happening here. You will also start to feel more positive, radiant, confident. Your face will glow as well. You will start to feel a much healthier and much better version of yourself, and people will see that, and opportunities will then come your way without you having to run and chase and stress yourself out, you know, over that. The card that just fell. Yeah, see, your wishes, your goals, the things that you want in your life with the Nine of Cups will start to come together. Boom, look at that, Magician, okay? So this is your manifestations coming to fruition. This is you feeling so confident, happy, being able to speak your truth, not having to worry like, oh, what's this person going to think after I say what I believe and what I think and what I need. Okay, that's you having really strong, healthy boundaries and thinking, this is what I need, this is what I want, because you do it with, you know, a place of empathy. You don't just say rude things, you don't just say mean things. You do think about the things that you say, but sometimes you may not always say everything because you always are so considerate of the person in front of you. Well, now that you will have healthy boundaries, you will also be like, you know what, these are my needs. This is what I want. And I'm not scared if you decide that you don't care anymore, because this is me and this is what I need. And actually that shows me more of your behavior than anything else. And that's the thing, is that you will feel so confident within yourself and knowing what you need in your life that you won't be scared anymore. You'll basically not be scared. You will not be scared. And the thing is, remember, when you are scared, right, to speak your truth and you have to walk on eggshells, you just attract more of that energy. Fear attracts fear. Okay, and I'm not saying you need to think positively every single day. It's getting to a place of acceptance for what is in your life right now that will allow everything else that you want to flourish. Okay, that's the whole perspective of the number one as well. Put yourself first, do you, take care of yourself, and literally life will shape itself around you. Opportunities will come in all areas of your life, including, you know, financially, romantically, socially, but also what improves a lot is everything within you emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And you will start to feel so much stronger and so much happier and so much more confident as well, which is incredible. Okay, so if you see a lot of ones, repeating ones, we have another one here as well. It basically here is showcasing, put yourself first. Now is the time for you, not that person over there that is giving you 20%, okay? Not that person over there that's making you hot and cold. No. Why are you putting them on a pedestal when right now you need to put yourself on that throne, okay? Your affirmation for this reading, if it resonates with you so far, is I'm not scared, because you should not be scared, okay? If anything, I'm actually not using these cards, I'm using these ones here. If anything, you should be more confident in the fact that you are an amazing person, okay, than letting those that treat you less than rule over you, okay? Very, very important. I really hope that you can take something from this message, because I know it can be triggering, okay? I know it can be frustrating, like, oh, Moonlight, are you calling us out? I'm not calling you out. I'm trying to help you so that you can have the most amazing life that you actually want. You know what I mean? Because healing this brings you happiness. It does bring you abundance. It's a form of healing. Okay, so we've got here Magic, Curse, Witch. Okay, it's really interesting that you had the Devil. It's really interesting that you had the Magician as well. I'm not saying here that you need to do magic. I'm not saying here that you need to place curses. I'm not saying that you need to be a witch. This is a form of manifesting, okay, in a positive way, where you are letting go of past things, past hurts. I also feel here as well that if you have done a black magic removal, things will naturally start to get moving, but I really recommend also working on codependency. If you haven't done a black magic removal, I would actually recommend that you do that, because magic and hexes and curses placed on a person, placed on you, can actually slow down things abundantly. So I would recommend doing a black magic removal, and that is on my website if anyone is ever interested in removing magic on themselves or from themselves. But if you have done a removal already, you will start to see results as time goes by. I would just recommend that you also do the protection ritual, because protection ritual then protects you for life against all forms of magic, whereas the removal only removes everything up until the point it's removed. So there is that. But yeah, I do feel here that things are just going to get moving, okay? And some of you have dealt with magic as well, which has been really difficult. We have here jealousy, gossip, cat. I really feel like you're just sick and tired of people that are gossipy, drama queens, people that have nothing better to do with their life. And quite frankly, this is you letting go of people of this nature, okay? You're just over it. You can't be bothered with it. And it's interesting how the Queen of Wands also has a cat right there, sitting in a very similar position. Okay, a very similar position. Some of you may have cats. You may have an interest in cats. Cats are also known to have like personality. Okay, so this is you sort of like moving away from people with those kinds of personalities, but having that, having some people around you that have this, you know, adoring, kind energy to themselves as well. The cat here stands upright, which I think is really interesting as well. And some of you may find that you have very like gossipy kind of people around you, and you don't like that. And I feel like you're again tying up loose ends to move away from that and to move on to people that are basically better. Long story short. I also feel that you just don't want to be around people that gossip about you. You know, it's like something that like just does not make you feel good, does not make you feel happy. In fact, you know, in time we have here dolphins, we have cooperation, we have playfulness, so much more playfulness will happen, so much more happiness, so much more joy, so much more fulfillment will come your way. And then we also have here as well directions, journey, ship. So I really feel like you're on a journey towards bigger and better things, okay? Less fear, more happiness, more joy. It's all coming your way, it's all progressing, and this is your reading. So if this resonates with you, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Check out the description box below for information on personal services, readings, items. I also have TikTok as well and Instagram. I post short readings on there every single day, so feel free to follow me on there if you haven't. And yeah, it's moonlight.guidance on Instagram, moonlight guidance on TikTok, and I will see you all very soon. All right, bye.